in one of New York's iconic skyscrapers, as the first cool breezes of autumn swept through in October 2022, a mysterious event unfolded. Julian Thorne, a brilliant and charismatic young billionaire on the rise in the financial world, was found dead in his luxurious penthouse apartment. The door was locked, windows sealed, and there were no signs of struggle inside. Yet, the frozen expression of sheer terror on young Thorne's face whispered that this was no ordinary death. Detective Anya Sharma, upon arriving at the scene, felt an inexplicable chill, the first sign that something was wrong within. The autopsy report cited a heart attack, but Anya's instincts screamed there was more to it. Julian Thorne was known for his stellar career and extensive social circle. He seemed to have no enemies. Everything appeared to be in order. However, Anya learned that Thorne had become quite withdrawn in his final days, even confiding in some close friends that he felt watched. Phone records showed Thorne hadn't answered any of his last calls. Security cameras recorded only him entering his apartment that night. It was as if an invisible hand had isolated him from the entire world. Detective Sharma took this seemingly unsolvable case as a personal challenge. She began to delve into the less-known aspects of Thorne's life. It emerged that Julian had recently developed an obsession with rare, ancient, and bizarre occult artifacts. In particular, he was known to pursue a collection of enigmatic manuscripts known only as the Whispering Scrolls, whose origins were unknown to anyone. These scrolls were rumored to contain knowledge beyond human comprehension. As the investigation deepened, it became clear that Thorne craved not just material wealth, but also the unknown. His clandestine meetings with antique dealers, encrypted deliveries from obscure bookshops, and frequent visits to a dilapidated, abandoned mansion in an old, decaying part of the city caught Anya's attention. Whispers circulated that this mansion had been the site of past paranormal occurrences, with some disappearances even linked to the property. During a detailed search of Thorne's apartment, Anya found a small, handcrafted notebook hidden among his other belongings, filled with strange symbols and unintelligible words, as if hastily scrawled. Yet, on some pages, Thorne's own handwriting documented a growing dread. The shadow. They know. They whisper from beyond the walls. And the final entry. The door is opening. The last note in the diary pointed to Thorne's next visit, the abandoned mansion. When Anya went to the mansion, she found nothing inside, only faint scribbles on the walls and what looked like smoke stains. But Anya could have sworn she heard a faint whisper emanating from the depths of the mansion. It was as if the wind carried the breath of an unnamed entity. At that moment, she understood that Julian Thorne's death was not merely a heart attack. It was the work of an ancient, far darker force. This power had awakened when Thorne made contact with the Whispering Scrolls, drawing him into its own realm. Conclusion: unanswered whispers. Julian Thorne's file was relegated to the unexplained deaths category. While the media attributed his demise to a tragic heart attack, the notes in that diary and the whispers in the mansion never left Detective Anya Sharma's mind. She pursued the case relentlessly until her retirement, trying to decipher the remaining parts of the Whispering Scrolls, but never found concrete evidence. Years later, an old collector on condition of anonymity made an assertion on an online forum. It was claimed that Julian Thorne had read a forbidden text on ancient evils and interdimensional entities, and through it had awakened something from the other side, paying for it with his life. According to the collector, the terror Thorne felt in his room, the things he saw, had consumed not just his mind, but his soul. The heart attack was merely a facade. The true death occurred when an interdimensional entity devoured Thorne's very essence. However, these claims were never scientifically proven. Julian Thorne's death remained a chilling mystery, unexplained by science and logic in the heart of the modern world. Perhaps some doors should never be opened, and some whispers never listened to, because some voices that echo in the depths of the night are not just a story.